rock and roll star. That's Oasis. That was then. This is now. Got to meet him in a well-known South County Dublin hotel, the Intercontinental. Anyway, we were all set. We were there, ready to go, and then he walked in with his beautiful partner, Debbie, who used to spend some time here in Ireland, actually. Liam Gallagher was there. Anyway, this is what it was like. It was pre-recorded last Saturday, and I think we've had to put in one or two beeps, as you do. So, we were just sitting here in the Intercontinental Hotel. We had our microphone set up. We had the water on the table and all that, and all we needed was a rock star to arrive in. And now here you are, Liam Gallagher. It's great to see you.
I'm in. It's downhill now after this, mate. I'm afraid after you, everyone else that you meet will be very brilliant.
Have you been switching on the radio at all since you've been in Ireland? Have you heard your new song? It's all over the place.
Oh, is it? No, I've not been listening to it. No, I'm sick of it now.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're not. Come on.
I'm waiting for the new one to come out. No, I like it, man. It's a good song. I've not been listening to the radio. I've been just listening to the voices inside my head.
Right, okay. So, is the album ready to go now?
It's finished, yeah. It's just been mixed and mastered. The cover's done. So we finished it like the other day, sort of done the last bits of brass on it.
So would you regard this as a comeback?
I guess it is a comeback. I wouldn't say it's like, I wouldn't be getting too carried away with like, I'm back and all that, because in my head I never went away, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I just recuperated, you know what I mean? Gathered my wings, you know what I mean? I'd say it's the last roll of the dice, you know what I mean? Because if this doesn't stick or fly and that, I guess nothing else will, you know what I mean?
Well, by the sound of things, it is going to stick. Is the music on it generally like what the single is, Wall of Glass?
There's a lot of guitars on it. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously I've co-wrote that with someone and that, so, I mean, then there's a few bits of mine on there that I think are really good, you know what I mean? So we'll have to wait and see, you know what I mean? But there's lots of good songs on there, man, and there's lots of loud guitars and lots of in-your-face kind of rock and roll is what I'd call it. Then there's a lot of subtly bits. There's a couple of nice little chill-out moments, you know what I mean? Where
Any titles you want to share with us?
There's obviously the ones that you've heard, Greedy Soul, Bold. There's one called All My People, All Mankind, which is a bit more chilled, but it's mega.
Right.
And then there's one called Universal Gleam, which we've been playing. There's another one called For What It's Worth, which is amazing.
They all sound as if they're amazing, aren't they?
Well, I think they are anyway, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm like Marmite, aren't I? You know what I mean? You either love it or you hate it. And I'm prepared for people to not like it because they don't like me, which is fine, and then I'm prepared for people to lose this over it, you know what I mean? Because it's good, man. It's good music. It's better than anything that's out there, believe you me.
What, you were talking about collaboration. So you've collaborated with a guy who has worked with...
he's worked with Beck, Adele, he's worked with McCartney now and that.
Yeah. But what's his name?
He's called Greg Kirsten.
Yeah. So how did that happen?
Right, so obviously I hadn't done anything for a bit. BDI split up, come to Ireland, I wrote a song called When I'm in Need and Bold. They were the first two songs I kind of started messing about with after being in the dark for a bit. And then I played them to a record company, and I'd only demoed them, you know what I mean? And I think they went, oh, look, you can have a deal, man. We think they're good. And then he said, look, you got any more? And I said, no, that's all I've got. And he said, would you be up for co-writing? And I said, yeah, man, bring it on. Flew out to LA, met this geezer called Greg and Andrew Wyatt. We were there for 3 days, we'd done 3 songs. So it was all very quick. And then I went away and carried on, obviously got into it, you know what I mean? Got a bit inspired and that, and then wrote a load more. And then they flew out, and then they flew to England, and we'd done a few more. And then before you know, we had like 22 songs. So yeah, it was all good. But it wasn't like, the co-writing was easy, man. It was just like, obviously I don't play any instrument, I play a bit of guitar and that, but they were like, look, I sent them Greedy Soul, I'd sent them Bold and When I'm in Need. I said, that's the kind of thing I'm doing, you know what I mean? I'm not doing any dance.
So was it about kind of changing the arrangements of them, or was it
No, they were the ones that I wrote, so they were already finished, and there was nothing, they didn't mess with mine. Then they said, what kind of music is that? Well, it's this kind of thing. And they went, right, well, we've got this song called Wall of Glass. And he played it, and I said, that's cool. And then they started writing the words, and then started changing a few of the phrases and that, and Geezer gets behind the drums, he plays the guitar, and he kind of done that in a day, you know what I mean? And I come and done the vocals the next day, and then we got onto another one called Paper Crown. And it wasn't as painful as I thought it would be, you know what I mean? I thought it was like, because that co-writing stuff just sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Well, does it? And is it one of those things now that you are now friends forever, or is that a gig with those guys? And would you keep in touch?
We'll see, man. I mean, they're busy guys, you know what I mean? But I'm open, man. I'm open for, as you said, I'm open for sale, man. Business, you know what I mean? Right. Obviously, I'll never be able to write a full album of myself, you know what I mean? Because I'm just not that prolific, you know what I mean? And so whoever's got any good songs out there, man, they want me to sing, man. I mean, once I sing a song, it's mine. You know what I mean? They hand over the rights to me. You know what I mean? They might make the money out of it, but I make other things out of it, you know what I mean? I like seeing the kids' faces, you know what I mean, and all that. So it's not. I'm not in it for the money, you know what I mean?
I don't know whether you're familiar with a Dublin band called Aslan. Are you?
My missus loves them, Debbie.
Debbie.
She's always said, "What's that song that we sing when we're drunk?" Oh.
How can I protect you?
She's always getting. She's always getting the guitar out and singing it to me, like, and I'm like, "Go on,
well, their lead singer is a guy called Christy Dignam, and he is a bit of an icon like yourself.
Right.
You know, so I mean, we're kind of making this week on The Breakfast Show kind of about iconic voices. So you are an icon. I mean, it must be brilliant standing up there and looking at people's faces coming back at you, singing along with the songs, and as you say, the kind of the Liam Gallagher rasp that actually does make a difference.
Yeah, I think I'm an icon, or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know about that icon business, but I think, I mean, lots of people through a lot of things because of the voice, because of my attitude, because of the clothes I wear, because of lots of things, you know what I mean? I know loads of people that are icons, apparently, and they're idiots, you know what I mean? There's always giving out awards, aren't they, in England for icon, and I'm like, are you having a laugh? But, you know, I mean, lots of other people, for other things, just my voice. People just seem to get into what I'm about because I kind of, there's not many people like that, like me out there.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were to do a poll, I would imagine like you'd be in there with the Freddie Mercurys, with the, you know, up front Bono. What about Bono?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I mean, I'm not in awe of him, but he means something to someone, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I like you too. They got a couple. Their first albums were good and that, but it's all right. I mean, listen, he's Bono, isn't he? Yeah. But I'm asked about being in lists and stuff. I just kind of try and do my own thing. You know what I mean? But it is nice to be mentioned alongside Lennon and Lydon.
Yeah. What about your man? What's his name? You were just talking about the fact that your music is better than anything going around at the moment.
I think.
What about your man Harry Styles?
Yeah, it's better than his. Come on, better than his.
But you give him a mention in your latest song, don't you?
No. Oh, the One Direction thing. No, I just think it worked. It's not more. It's not about them.
I know. It's
not. It's mainly about people who are just, you know what I mean, just one dimension. Yeah. Maybe I should have said.
What, One Dimension?
Oh, wrong direction, whatever, but it's just a word, isn't it? I certainly won't mess with them One Direction fans.
But what do you think? Because, I mean, there's a kind of an Oasis-y Liam Gallagher feel.
I don't mind that Harry Styles, man. At least he's been in a pop band, and I've seen him on the TV, and he seems like he's into it, you know what I mean? I can spot a fake a mile off, and he seems like if he wants to change his direction, it's fair play. At least he's bringing real music or whatever it is.
Yeah, the song is pretty good, the Sign of the Times, isn't it? Would you agree?
I don't mind it, man. It's got some interesting bits, and we all go up, don't we?
Yeah. Well, you were probably...
At least he's not gone rap like the other ones. Do you know what I mean? How did all that happen? Did they all flick a coin and go like, listen, mate,
you do the rap bit.
I'm going for the rap one. I'm going for the pop one, and I'm going for whatever the other one is, man. They must have just been like, tis bad. You know what I mean?
And Liam, when you were probably only about 3 or 4 years of age when disco was around, 1978ish, and then punk rock exploded. Do you think that we're due another one of those now, kind of a bit of a revolution? Because it has gone very kind of produced, hasn't it? It's all somebody featuring somebody and somebody else producing or what.
I reckon we're always due for a bit of a revolution, man, when it comes to music, but whether we get one or not, you know what I mean? I think the kids of today are a bit... They don't get out that much, do they? You know what I mean? They're all wrapped up, they're all inside playing the games, you know what I mean? And, but who knows, man? If there is one, I'll be there. But there is one in there, apparently, with grime and that. That's meant to be the new...
With which?
The grime music. That's meant to be this new... That's meant to be the new punk, innit? So I'm told.
Is it? Is that anything like grunge? Is it kind of a...
No, it's that Skepta stuff, you know, all the... You might not have hit Islands yet, man, but apparently it's all the rage over in England and that, but you know what I mean, Stormzy and all that stuff.
Yeah, Stormzy, yeah. But that's still quite produced, isn't it? It's, it's kind of not really songs as such, it's more
no,
about
it's not songs, but it's still kids from the street, innit, you know what I mean, getting up and doing something, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's what the main thing is, you know what I mean?
You're involved in the fashion world. You were talking about the clothes you wear and all that, and you go, what's it called?
Pretty Green.
Pretty Green. I was on your website earlier on. It's up to 50% sale at the moment. It's pretty good going. Yeah. But was the jacket you wore the other night?
No.
That wasn't from that.
The orange one?
Well, yeah. Where did that come from?
I bought it, man.
Yeah? Did you? But because it sold out then, didn't it? Everybody wanted one.
Yeah,
They're all walking around now with it.
Yeah, man. Everyone wants to be like me.
Yeah. And have you always been stylish?
Listen, mate, it's definitely not beige. I try and tend to go against the beige, you know what I mean? Right. Let our kid wear the beige stuff. I'll come out with some orange. I brought my own light show, you know what I mean, to that gig.
Speaking of our kid and all that, are you doing Oasis songs on your gig? Like, I mean, you're sold out in Dublin on Saturday night, like in minutes.
Right.
Seconds, you know.
Right.
So...
I'm doing Oasis songs, yeah.
How many would you do?
I think we do about 6, man. I think 2 at the beginning.
What's your favourite one to do?
I like the punky ones, Rock and Roll Star, Morning Glory, and that. Be Here Now, the one that we're doing at the end, sounds like the Stones. So that's a good one to do. But anyone that we touch will be good. They sounded good last time I did them.
And what about Irish? Like you've got an Irish background.
Yeah, mum and dad. My dad's from Drogheda, my mum's from Mayo.
Mayo, yeah. And did you you came into Ireland on holidays, back in the day? And I know you've told us before. But were there any like Irish songs or anything like? Do you ever go down the kind of Shane MacGowan route at all? Are there any favourite Irish songs that you have?
No, my mum was into Daniel O'Donnell.
Daniel O'Donnell, lovely.
And my old fellow was into who's that? Big Tom.
Big Tom, right? So there was a kind of a country
and
feel
Foster and Allen and all that.
Foster and Allen, yeah. Like Bunch of Time.
I say there's a band that we were listening to years ago called the Sweeneys. Have you ever heard of them?
The Sweeneys,
the 60s psychedelic band.
Yeah.
Me and Bowling had found them on somewhere. Like, there's got a couple of mad tunes. I mean, there's got a few tunes that are pretty good, and it all goes mad.
And you have good memories of going to Mayo? And,
I love it, man. I was there. I always try and get back every now and again.
Has Debbie been there?
Debbie's not been to my mum's, but she lived in Dublin.
Did she?
Debbie, didn't you, Debs?
I did, yeah.
She lived in Dublin.
Whereabouts, Debs? Oh, Beaumont, very good. It's near the hospital. Yeah. So, I want to ask you about your own favourite vocal from all the things you've done. What do you think is the one that is most Liam Gallagher?
God, they're all pretty good, man. Well, it's not for me to say, is it, really? I like Live Forever.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Some might say.
Yeah. Great. Oh, good, man. I mean, I don't think I've done a bad one.
Really?
Would you point it out and then I'll see if I agree with you?
Far be it from me.
Man, I'm going to stitch myself up.
We were listening to
you point out a bad one, I'll see if I agree with you or not.
We were listening to
been amazing.
We were listening to the one last night. You know the one, She's Electric.
Did I do that?
I think you did. I was listening to it last night. I said, I think that was you.
Yeah, I did.
You did most of them, didn't you?
I did most of them, yeah.
Do you miss that bit of camera? I mean, I've got a big brother. My young son has a big brother. Sometimes they fight, sometimes they don't get on.
I don't hate our kid. I love our kid. You know what I mean? I love my other brother as well.
Paul.
I love all. Yeah, Paul. I love all my family without a doubt. But of course, I miss being in Oasis because that was what. But when I say this, I always come across like, everyone twists it like, going, I'm desperate to be back in that band.
Yeah.
I'm not desperate to be in a band with someone that don't want to be in it with me. Let me move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our kid milks it and goes on as if I've stabbed his cat, you know what I mean, or something. You know what I mean? It's like we had an argument, the band split up because he wanted to go solo. We've been down that, but yeah, of course I miss being in the band. I miss playing the songs to the fans because the fans were wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I miss all that.
Yeah.
But this is life. You know what I mean? Some things just end and then you've got to start anew. You know what I mean?
But do you think that there's?
I certainly have the crack with this stuff, and I had the crack with BDI. You know what I mean? So it's not like whatever I do, I have a laugh. You know what I mean? I certainly don't go. Oh, we should
but I suppose
so much laughs. You know what I mean? I have a laugh now.
Yeah, but I suppose the public perception might be that people think that you guys never ever speak to each other. But I'm sure you do.
We don't.
Oh, do you not?
You know? Oh, no. Well, I haven't got his number. He moves in different. He hangs out with Bono now, doesn't he? He's in the big league, doesn't he, mate? You know what I mean? I'm still keeping it real, mate. I'm a working class hero, not a working class traitor.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I'm still on the street.
I was just thinking about this, though. I can say that about your brother. You wouldn't say that about your mate.
I'll say what I want about anyone, whenever I want, if you ask me the question. Right. And I think I'll be fair on it. Okay. I don't see him. I haven't got his number. He's doing his thing. I'm doing mine.
Okay. You look fantastic. You look really fit. Now, there's a rumour going around that you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for a run. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I was out this morning, man.
Were you?
Yeah.
Around Dublin?
Down on the river.
And do you do it at 5 a.m. so that people don't sort of say, I think I saw Liam Gallagher. Is it to
I do it at 5 a.m. because I like to go up. That's the best time of the day for me. I'm not going to do it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon running around the streets like a dick. You know what I mean? I get my business done early in the morning, but I have a few people that notice me at that time of the morning, mainly drunks.
Right.
And people coming in. Well, I used to run for Manchester, didn't I, when I was a kid, and I ran for the school, so I've sort of come full circle. But I like getting out. I'm not into the gyms, man. I can't go to a gym. Find that boring. But I like to get out, clear my head, go for a bit of a run. So
the album's coming out in October. It's called As You Were.
Yep.
The single is out there at the moment, Wall of Glass, which we're going to play now in a second. Oh, yes, Shauna is a big fan of yours. There's Shauna there. Shauna, have you got leaving anything out? Is there any question? Go on. There must be something you'd like to ask Liam. Go on. Here.
Will you go on?
Go on. Here.
This is really embarrassing. I don't know what. This is totally on the hop. What do you like about Irish audiences?
What do I like about them? You just take the piss, don't you? You can't pull the wool, can you? You know what I mean? They're just comedians, aren't they? All of them, you know what I mean? So, I like coming to play Ireland, man. I like the Guinness. It's like playing to my family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's like, you know what I mean?
And the last thing I want to ask you, will we go for a pint now or will we go later?
Oh, it'll have to be late, because once I start, I do not know when to stop.